You know, I'm kicking myself right now. I just recorded the entire episode and didn't even have Fraps open. Go me. Oh, great. Go me. And of course, I'm glad I didn't open that yet. I have a Starbucks double shot white chocolate. I've never had one of these before. I like it. I approve. Anyways, I'm Ultimate Mantoid. This is Let's Play G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero for the NES. This is part 5. 3 things before I begin. First of all, Zedenda. Stop pointing out the obvious! No, seriously, that actually made me laugh. I didn't even think about it. It tells you General Hawk has been kidnapped, and at the end of the last video, I'm like, find out what happens to him! Anybody can just read it and find out. And, Gordon the Destroyer. Taxon's actually an American company. Ken Lobb designed this game. And yes, I realize that it says Alart and Arart above the heads of those people on the little things, which is like English. So how the hell English ends up in an American game, I have no idea. Anyway. Oh, and Road Pig possibly has schizophrenia, because Donald DeLuca and Road Pig apparently are 2 different people. But they're the same person. Anyway, General Hawk has been kidnapped. Rock and roll. Take your best men into the Sahara Desert where he's being held, and rescue him. Cobra Commander thinks that he can hold us off by weak terrorist acts. He'll feel the power of our team. Yo, Joe! And it may be better, or maybe for the better, that, I kind of died. Unfortunately, this means that this is not going to come out on the day that it's supposed to, because right now it is 11:45 p.m. I could have had this compressed and uploaded in less than 15 minutes. Oh well, I'll just upload the next one in the same day. Sorry. Anyway, due to the complicated second level, I'm actually going to pick Blizzard and Captain Gridiron. And due to who the boss of this area is, I'm going to pick characters that are a little bit less important. Rock and Roll's real name is Craig S. McConnell. He's actually an original member of the Joe team, like when they were first organized. Yay! Parachuting! He's actually blonde. He's from Malibu, California, and his pastimes were, well, that went right through me, except I was in the secret thing, so it didn't actually hurt. Get away from me, you kickboxing bastard. Whoever you are. Come here! Don't need that. Now here's a mini-boss that I absolutely friggin' hate. But he's gone. Let's see, had I gotten one more, see how his spread fire? But yeah, he was, he's a surfer and a professional bodybuilder. Or a weightlifter. That was what he did before he joined G.I. Joe. Oh, and he was also a bassist in a metal band. Or a rock band, or I don't know if it's really significant by that point. But he was in a rock band, he was their bassist. So him being used to loud noises and being a bodybuilder, it was kind of a, you know, kind of obvious that he'd be the G.I. Joe machine gun specialist. He's trained in all NATO and war. Drawing a blank. Warsaw Pact. All light and heavy machine guns that are NATO and Warsaw Pact. Warsaw. God! Warsaw! I can't talk today. Fuck this. Anyway. This is the Cobra Bug, and only... I mean, it's a very heavily... heavy artillery... amphibious vehicle. But with it being amphibious, my only question is, why is it in the desert? Secto Viper is the pilot of the Cobra Bug, and the thing comes with removable 2-man hovercraft sub-combo, twin cannons, machine guns, anti-aircraft cannons, I think? And it came with some missiles. Yeah, it's loaded to the teeth. But how the fuck is it in the desert if it's supposed to be amphibious? Hint, there's no water in a desert, except for oases. Usually those are mirages. Destro's forces will be your ultimate challenge. Actually, yes they will. I'm going to stick with rock and roll until I get him completely powered up. Oh, speaking of, what do you know? Yeah, he just plows through everything in like a single shot. It's great. But since Destro is such a complicated character, I'm actually going to go ahead and talk about him for a little bit. Just because, seriously, he's the most complex character in G.I. Joe. That's not a joke. I think he only has... I think he's actually at max health. Yeah, he actually is, I believe. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get that checkpoint up there. You can see the beautiful spread on his gun. I'll find a better place to fire. Destro's real name is James McCullen Destro the 24th. He's one of those special kids that got a junior name. Let's go this way. There are some secret areas, and I may just leave the Cobra bug just on principle. And you know what? Forget it. I don't want the bug. Yeah, James McCullen Destro the 24th. His entire ancestry is all about arms dealing, so him running Mars makes complete and total sense. By the way, Mars stands for Military Armament Research Syndicate. They are one of the leaders in advanced state-of-the-art weaponry. He deals with Cobra a lot, but their relationship is a really strange one. It's more out of convenience than it is out of, you know, mutual friendship. So it's not so much that, you know, Destro is a villain, he just happens to be selling arms to the villain, and it's that whole guilt by association thing. Yeah, go away, Ammo. You're fine. I couldn't remember if I went in that little hole or not. That's what she said. Ooh, yeah, that's right, I forgot all about that. Let's go this way, since I don't have all of the, yeah, so he's at max health. Everybody in my entire party, Duke, Snake Eyes, Captain Gridiron, Rock and Roll, and Blizzard, all have max health and max gun power. Feeling pretty good about this game right now. Long fall is long. Anyway. Destro is actually Scottish descent. If you watch the 2009 live-action movie that came out, Destro is French in it, not Scottish. And that's actually a big thing of his character, being Scottish and not French. That was actually something that bothered me in the live-action movie that came out. The thing with Mars and Destro and Cobra is his biggest client. Like I said, it's more out of convenience. But the other thing is that he fuels his business. It kind of is weird. See, all the terrorism that Cobra does kind of helps his business, since he uses like war tactics to promote his business. It's like, you know, if they're unstable countries, he'll make them like fight each other and stuff, or just fight amongst themselves. That's what he does. He's Destro for a reason. You know, manipulative and sly, but the funny thing about Destro is he's an honorable individual, and he has complimented the Joe team many, many times. I'm gonna get out of this battlecopter. so y'all can enjoy this music and not the battlecopter music. Destro also has his own personal army in the form of the Iron Grenadiers, as I mentioned, I think, in another video. I think it was the last video, actually. Look at me wasting that invulnerability while I go get power-ups. Oh, and if I come as invisible, I'm not actually invisible. I'm just blinking really fast. So if you're wondering where I went, that's because I'm like, yeah. We're gonna actually use Blizzard because he can shoot through the friggin' walls and stuff. That was why I brought him. Oh, look, another body armor. Need to get to the last check. Fuck, where's it at? Oh yeah, that's right, it's over by the other thing. The mask that Destro wears, according to the movie, it was added on by Cobra, and one of his ancestors was made to wear it. Now that part is accurate about the ancestors. Cobra Commander never once made him wear shit. This is why I brought Blizzard. He can just fire through everything. Forever. All of the things. But I think it was 20 generations passed down that the Destro clan have worn that mask. One of his ancestors was caught dealing with both sides during the English Civil War. Wow, you didn't kill him in one shot? What's wrong with you, Blizzard? And, what else with Destro? By the way, if you look in the background, you'll actually see Destro, like, right down there. And there. So it's pretty obvious, you know, who the villain of this entire area is. I hope it's not Destro! Now I gotta get back up there. And we're going to fight. Now I'm gonna have to switch to oh crap. I'm in trouble. That's not good. I totally just screwed myself on that. You want to make a staircase here as best as you can. Because you're fighting Golobulus. Yeah, it's not good. When you lose a Joe, by the way, they get powered down some, and I'll explain that a little bit more later. Golobulus' first appearance is in G.I. Joe the movie. Now we're getting to important villains in this game. Like, really important ones. General Hawk. Thanks, man. I knew I could count on the Joe team for my rescue. I'll meet you back at headquarters. I have some very important information, so hurry up and defeat Destro. Golobulus' first appearance, like I said, is in G.I. Joe the movie, the cartoon movie that was released back in, like, 84, 86, somewhere there. Alongside the, Transformers cartoon movie. So, you've made it this far. Now feel the might of Destro. Golobulus' age is unknown, and I really wish I had Captain Gridiron for this stage. See, his weapon is down. Like, it's demoted, and his health is back, I think, down one set of rations. I can't pick him. I can only pick these two now. Oh, God, of course, it goes right around him. But nobody knows how old Golobulus is. His race is actually Cobra Law, which, hilariously enough, is the organization, well, quote-unquote organization, that he was starting in the movie, using Serpentor's help. His people have perfected biotechnology, and he's achieved a form of immortality in a way. Really? They're firing at the same time. gonna go through here with... no. Ooh, that was too close. With Blizzard. It's hard to think about little details and try and do this level. It's one of the hardest ones in the game, if not the hardest. No! Okay, well, that works. Glad I turned my back then. Haha. Yeah, lucky accidents. Golobulus absolutely hates Homo sapiens, so in the movie, he's using this thing called the BET, Broadcast Energy Transmitter, to hyper-accelerate his spores that were going to de-evolve mankind back into mindless, quote-unquote, apes. And that was his goal. So, but nobody knows how old he is because where his people are masters of biotechnology, he has had everything replaced at some point except for his brain and his central nervous system. These guys are such a pain in the ass. I'll just take the hit. Yeah, I'm not just blazing through this stage at all. Like I said, it's rough. I need to go back down. There we go. No! Get over there. Whoa! Hello there, jetpack man, dude, thing. Okay, well, just grab the ledge. That's totally cool. What else did I have to say about Globulus? Actually, I think that's it. But coming back to... oh, yeah. But Golobulus' age is unknown. He could be anywhere between a couple centuries to millions of years old. And I'm going to send Rock and Roll up against Destro. The first part of this fight is against this Despot. I don't know a whole lot about this vehicle. But... oh, that's not good. Once it's gone, we have the fight against Destro. This whole fight is the toughest one in the game, and that's why I really didn't want that to happen. I just lost my damage. This is going to be a very long, very tough fight. He is the hardest boss in the entire game. By the way, I forgot to mention, his girlfriend is the Baroness. You want to bait his little crescent sabers, which is very difficult to do with Rock and Roll in the first place. Come on, Blizzard, you can do this. Show the Joe team you're not the worst character in the game. I want to make sure I get over there. I was running low on bullets, too. I had 41 left. And Rock and Roll dies on his own mission. Great. Yeah, the mask that he wears was punishment to one of his ancestors. You know, they got caught, but they still wanted arms, so... yeah, both sides were like, yeah, we can't really execute him, because we want weapons and stuff. There's so much about Destro that I could talk about. But if you really want to know everything there is to know, do some reading. Like, go Google search, try and find old comic books. The man is the most complex character in the entire series, and that's saying something considering Snake Eyes' background. Yeah, I think I've covered everything. So yeah, we'll find out what happens in the next episode. I'm Ultimate Mantoid, and this is Let's Play G.I. Joe. Till next time, take care and have fun.